Alright, this game is the game Relic that I developed as part of my learning course this year. It seems to be I designed it to be a mix between Binding of Isaac top-down roguelike, but everything is also using a mouse to control a melee weapon, similar to the old top-down shooter games, but instead with a more melee focus, which is actually something you don't see a lot in roguelikes these days. Now, the reason why I picked roguelike was it's pretty easy to make. They cover a bunch of interesting features, and also it's yeah. So you see, you've got the controls down here. I've got the thing right here, and this is only on the start screen, which shows you HP, the mechanic of the streak, and the kill of breath. Now, each screen here is randomly generated, and for every enemy you kill without taking damage, the red number in the corner sort of increases. And every time you reach a shop screen, which should be now, you get to pick one of these power-ups. Now, for us to show you what this kind of mouse-based system allows us to do, is that if we picked up the shield power-up, we could have something like this, where the shield itself becomes a power-up. So, for instance, the shield blocks projectiles, and it's controlled by the mouse. So this has one of two applications, right? But it's like, you can either make this its unique mechanic within itself, or that a player has control from player character as well as the mouse. Or even like a player, like the old player 2 modes that you see in like Mario Galaxy, where the second player controls the cursor while one player controls the character. As you see, I've got new enemies per chapter, as well as this power up here, which increases the radius of the attack blade, as well as HP. The reason I kind of designed it like this is that it's like a very flurry rush of very short levels. Is that I've noticed that the industry as a whole has kind of like gone to a much faster direction. Right, it's a lot of very high moments, especially in single player games. Like there's very few slow waiting around moments, so I want to make sure this game kind of functions as fast as possible. So now we're going to get into a boss fight, which I developed, involving this guy right here. Now, of course, he's very jumpy, and the thing is, due to how fast the player can attack, I gave him invulnerability frames along with the player, but only like half a second. So this kind of just like, yeah, so this basically allows, this sort of mechanic allows you to kind of like have a dance with the boss, if that makes sense. But it's a much more reaction heavy playstyle. Well, thank you for